Hi, I'm Rob. I work for Air Healthcare. We've been asked by a healthcare professional to provide a medical device called a concentrator to deliver a continuous supply of high purity oxygen for you to use in your home. Using electricity, the concentrator draws air through a filter at the back. This air is compressed, it runs through a molecular sieve, it collects the oxygen and stores it in a product tank and is then pumped out through tubing to your airways at the prescribed flow rate. I will now take you through some simple instructions on how to use the concentrator. Positioning. To determine a safe place for your concentrator, we need to consider the following. Locate near a mains outlet. Adequate ventilation around the machine. This is 1 foot away from any walls, any curtains, furniture, etc. Avoid deep piled carpets. Fire safety. We need to be 1.5 metres away from any heat source, such as an electrical appliance, and 3 metres away from any naked flame. Let me give you an overview of the front and back of the machine. On the front here we have an on-off switch. Above it is a trip switch. This will pop if there's an electrical power surge and you can reset it by pressing it. Please inform us if this happens. Above it is a digital hour meter which calculates the amount of money we need to rebate you for the use of the electricity. Here we have a flow meter. This will be set on your prescribed flow rate. Here you'll see the oxygen outlet where we attach the tubing to deliver you your oxygen. Over here is a light that illuminates when the machine is switched on, and it will check the purity of the oxygen the machine is producing. This light can stay on for up to 15 minutes when the machine is switched on. If it stays on longer than this, please inform us. On the back of the machine we have a filter here. This filter is designed to catch any particles, dirt or dust to keep the machine clean, and normally we'd advise to change it once a week. The power cord should be plugged directly into the mains and not via any extension leads. Now the concentrator is correctly positioned, we need to connect the tubing. Your healthcare technician will have determined the correct length of tubing for your needs, which will not exceed 13.5 metres. One end of the tubing connects to the oxygen outlet of the concentrator, as like that. This is a fire brake. It stops the flow of oxygen if the tubing is accidentally ignited. The arrow must point towards the patient in the direction of the oxygen flow. Your healthcare technician will connect the fire brakes for you, and they should not be tampered with or removed. One will be at the concentrator end of the tubing and another will be at the patient end of the tubing. This is where you connect your nasal cannula or mask, like so. Using the concentrator. Now that we've connected the tubing and have attached your nasal cannula or mask to the fire brake, we can switch the concentrator on by pressing the power switch to the on position. An audible alarm will sound for approximately 5 seconds, indicating that the battery is good and the alarm works in the event of a mains power cut. The concentrator will now run. You will hear the compressor, pump and sieve beds working. This is the oxygen purity light. It will illuminate for a period of approximately 5 to 15 minutes until the unit reaches minimum oxygen purity. If the light does not go out after 15 minutes or you hear an intermittent alarm, please contact our patient support team immediately. To set the flow meter, first locate your prescribed flow rate line. For this example we will use 3. You will need to view it at a 90-degree angle. Next, turn the flow control knob until the ball rises to the line. Now centre the ball so that the ball is split in half by that line. It is important to remember that the flow meter should always be set after the nasal cannula or mask tubing have been attached. Please only ever use the flow rate that your healthcare professional has prescribed. Once you set the flow rate, it will remain set each time the machine is turned on and off. As a patient with a concentrator, you will be provided with a backup cylinder. This is in case the machine breaks down or there's a power cut. Ideally, you should keep the backup cylinder positioned where it is easily accessible in case of such an emergency. The first thing you need to do is ensure the machine is turned off at the switch, unplug it, turn it off at the socket, then bring your backup cylinder in, remove the tubing from the machine and place it on the nozzle on the backup cylinder. Now, when we install this equipment, if you feel that you're unable to do that, please let our technician know and they will provide additional tubing and a mask or cannula readily attached to your backup cylinder so you can use it straight away. For further instructions, please watch our videos on how to use cylinders. The concentrator and filter should regularly be cleaned. We recommend once a week. The first thing you should do when you're cleaning the concentrator is turn it off, switch it off at the mains and unplug it. Now we recommend a clean, damp cloth. Don't use any detergents. Wipe over the outside and wipe it dry afterwards. The filter, which is positioned on the back, you'll be provided with a spare one, so take the dirty one out, put the clean one in. The dirty one should either be vacuumed off to remove all the dust or washed in warm soapy water and then left to dry, or use a towel to damp it dry. Never put a wet or damp filter back in the machine. Literature and support. Please spend some time reading through our patient literature, as there are important information in there regarding the home oxygen service, your equipment and oxygen safety. If you do have any questions about your equipment, please contact our 24-hour patient support helpline. The number can be found in the front of your home oxygen user guide. Thank you.